Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, boys and girls, depending on where you are around the freaking world. And I hope everyone's having a blessed day. And of course, please make sure you are doing your best to stay strong throughout these tough times. But of course, boys and girls, we are back again with another freaking video. And this is something completely different. Would you send your kids to fat camp? But of course, before we get into it, boys and girls, please make sure you begin by hitting that subscribe button. We're so close, inches away from a 10k. And at the same damn time, please can you make sure you smash the like button, comment throughout, and share the video at the end. But with that being said, boys and girls, let's not waste too much more time and let's slide over to this video. And the video is titled, "Would you send your kids to fat camp? I know what you signed. I know what you weighed last summer. Only human." So it's gonna be a long episode. This episode is basically just under an hour. So let's get underway.
Us Brits are among the fattest in the world.
Run for the Nando's!
It's a national crisis, and for some it's a matter of life or death.
There is no hope. There is no hope for it.
If she carries on, she will die young.
Welcome to a supersized summer camp that claims to have the answers to tackling the obesity epidemic.
Diets and boot camps don't work because we're forcing something on somebody that they may not be ready for.
But its methods are controversial.
Nice big healthy lunch? Oh yeah.
The kids dine out on fast food.
Give me what? No. Now it's being greedy. How am I being greedy? What, 2 bits of milk? We're doing that.
Chips and pizza are on the menu.
My first impressions of the food, I would like more, obviously. That's why I'm here.
And the staff are barely older than the campers themselves.
Did anyone play with their Barbies when they were little?
They're ridiculous. They don't have a clue. I'm telling you, they don't have a clue.
For some campers, it'll be the longest 5 weeks of their lives.
So hard.
But for others, it's life-changing. Does this radical approach work? And is this really the answer to teenage obesity?
Well, where's the effort and time?
Our camp gets results.
I'm going to go with a chips and a burger. Get that belly moving up and down. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
Okay.
It's week 1 at Europe's only
Seems as if we're gonna be in for a ride. But okay, yeah, I don't know if you can see what it says. It says Bradford, West Yorkshire.
weight loss camp for kids.
So today we're doing loads of exercise. I think football is okay, but it's not like my favourite. I prefer eating. That's a sport. That is a sport actually, in America.
15-year-old Katie from Surrey weighs 17.5 stone.
Katie is naturally lazy. She will quite often find an excuse for me to pick her up. She's got too many bags or she needs a toilet. There's always something.
Katie's battle to lose weight has been a long-standing family issue, and it's why she's joining 85 other teenagers for 5 weeks to battle the problem.
Katie
85.
has always been under the dietitian at Kingston Hospital from the age of 2. In fact, I think she's probably their longest-serving patient. When she went to a party as a toddler, the other children would go off and play after tea, whereas she never seemed to feel full.
I guess like all my life, I don't know what it's like to be thin.
As well as overeating at mealtimes, Katie's a regular snacker.
I definitely have an addictive personality, definitely. I like bread, wraps, pita, anything like that.
I try and have like healthy muesli bars. Sometimes find those under the bed. You know, she's constantly wanting.
Okay, I like the concept that Mum has tried, but obviously taken to these places. But surely, Mum could have done a little bit more. Well, Mum and Dad could have done a better job with being strict with her in terms of the food that she can have. So I don't know. I just find it very interesting when parents don't want to take full accountability for the early ages of a child's life. But okay.
It's just by her sugar craving, I suppose.
This is my like inspiration board. I don't really use it that much. There was like a couple of days where I sort of was like, yeah, let's lose weight. And then it sort of ran out. But hopefully, yeah, I'll be able to use it after camp to motivate me.
Katie has set herself the goal of losing a stone over the 5-week camp. If she's going to meet this target, she needs to change her habits and thinking.
My first impressions of the food, I would like more, obviously. That's why I'm here. But yeah, it's good.
It's the end of week 1 and the camper's first big challenge, a 2-mile run.
Are you ready?
It's the benchmark used to monitor progress each week.
We've got the 2-mile run today. Well, run/walk.
Every camper's run is timed, and each week the aim is to beat that time.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, yeah, right.
So sorry, I'm so out of breath and I've literally done like 1 metre.
For Katie and the other campers, every day of the next 5 weeks will follow the same pattern.
Structure is critical, and forming habits that are positive is critical.
Professor Paul Gately, a leading childhood obesity expert, co-founded the camp with Leeds Beckett University 16 years ago.
The way the day works, we have 3 activity periods in the morning.
This camp has been in the UK for 16 years. Well, this is 2 years old, so that's what, 18 years? I had no idea we had these kind of camps in the UK, you know? But then again, I'm not from West Yorkshire. And then again, I've never been overweight, so yeah. Okay, let's go.
Educational experiences
This week we're going to be talking about the media and body image.
to, exercise, sport.
Come on, boys, race each other all the way in.
So in the afternoon, there's lots of physical activities.
Continuous hops. Left. That's it. Till I say stop. Keep going.
The early days of our programme are about building their fitness up slowly.
Come on, fight it. Come on, Michael, come on.
And what we see is sort of slow increase in their fitness, building them up to enable them to be successful when they return home.
Run it for your boyfriend.
The 5-week camp
Running
cost
for your
over
boyfriend.
£4,000. Some are funded by the NHS or local authorities, but Katie's family have paid the bill themselves.
My husband and I were sort of at the end of our tether with it all. I gave her the brochure and she was furious. She didn't speak to me for the rest of the day.
I'm glad we don't have to run because at school we always do. So walking is a lot easier.
I mean, that is a good concept that she's gone with, and I'm glad that we didn't have to run. We had to walk. Because obviously walking is still a form of exercise, so at least she's happy with that.
If we complete this, we should be allowed the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, I've got a really
The
bad
Wi-Fi
stitch,
password.
and it feels like someone stabbed me. I'm not running up this.
See a little girl crawling on the
It
floor.
takes Katie 36 minutes to complete the 2-mile run.
I'm quite lazy. I mean, I shower and everything, but like just relax on the soap. Like I don't do much exercise.
A lot of people describe her as happy, funny, very friendly. And I don't always see that nice, funny side of her, which is quite sad, really.
I mean, Mum's clearly done a good job of looking after herself, though, isn't
Obviously,
she?
I'm
Now?
not happy all the time. I used to have breakdowns about my weight a lot. But yeah, I'd say there is like a subconscious armor that I'm quite sensitive. I'm not really that body confident. Like people who don't know me obviously judge me more on looks because everyone is judged on looks, like first appearance and stuff.
Sadly so.
Yeah.
Come on, nice and quick from your face. Nice quick movements.
Most of the staff are students with a background in sports science, nutrition, psychology, or education.
We're not here for ourselves. We really are invested in these kids emotionally. It is a pleasure to see them change just so much over the course of the camp.
For most of the activities in camp, boys and girls work in separate groups.
We want kids to develop social skills, so we put them in their own age and gender groups so they can build relationships and develop their sort of social skills to be more successful when they return home.
14-year-old Lana weighs 20 stone.
So bad.
She's come with her 12-year-old sister Alicia, but a few days in and she's struggling to make
She's 14 and she weighs 20 stone. Are you mad?
friends.
Lana arrived with quite low self-esteem. I think she thought, I'm the biggest and I'm different to everyone else and things.
Do you want to do that? Let's get some air. We'll go for a walk. Come on, we'll go for a walk. Come on.
She feels a lot of people are talking about her today.
Everyone's turning against me.
They're not at all. They're not.
It's so hard.
When you get to that, you need to come talk to a staff, okay? And then so we could take you away from the situation. We could chat to you. I think there's miscommunication. Do you want to go back in or just want a breather? Just want a breather, okay. Take up that.
I know they've called me stuff. I just choose to put it in a box, lock it up, and not think about it. Because if I start thinking about it, I'll get really depressed.
She's 8 stones away from doubling her age.
By running across the road to get away
This is
from
her
kids
mum.
than to face them.
Lana has had a long history of bullying.
They used to tease me about my weight, and then they teased me about my name, what is backwards.
They've written and spat and called her names. You just wish more for your kids.
I mean, her mum's... I shouldn't be laughing, but yo, I was like, wait, her name backwards? And I was like, oh. I mean, listen, first and foremost, her mum is in the best of shape. So to be honest with you, her mum brought her into a world where she's not even going to look after herself. And then on top of that, gives her a name that can also be wordplayed. It's crazy because I've had this conversation before about when people pick the names for the children, surely they think about what nickname is going to come along with it. And, it's one thing that the mum is obviously at a weight situation. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if the mum's obese. She looks like she may be obese because if I just show you quickly here, as you can see, mum hasn't really got much of a neck thing going on here. So because she hasn't got really much of a neck thing going on, obviously that shows the mum's obviously a certain weight of herself. And the fact that she's someone who's plus size anyway, and then obviously has a child and then allows a child to also be plus size and if not bigger than her by the looks of it. And then giving her a name that you can also play with as well. Yo, man, that's just child torture. But listen, I'm not trying to put the pressure on mum in terms of the name. It is what it is. She just likes the name Lana. We can't take nothing away from that, you know what I mean? But this is another thing sometimes, if you're someone that is oversized and you bring a child to this world, you shouldn't inspire to make your child the same as you. You should inspire to make your child better than what you are, That's the whole idea of having children, is not to make your children better than you. To give them a life that was better than yours so they can become better adults than what you was. But That's just my opinion. I'll let you guys have your opinion on that one.
You know.
They've made up a rhyme. She's big, she's fat, she bounces on the ground, it's Lana. Sometimes I just walk away, but then they all start chanting it and it gets louder and louder.
Poor girl.
I stay on because I just don't want to hear that.
Every year she got older, she put a stone on. So like when she was 2, she was 2 stone. When she was 3, she was 3 stone, and so on and so on. And then it just ballooned out of control. We did all sorts of things to try and, you know, help her lose weight, and to extreme of padlocking the kitchen. She's actually eaten raw sausage, dried pasta. Once I saw half-eaten like tins of corned beef, it looked like she'd just been like getting at the meat with just her fingers. That's not normal behaviour.
No. I mean, at least mum's done, you know, at least mum has put on a show and she's tried.
And there was a way in to measure Campers' progress.
I mean, obviously, you know, let me take away the fact that mum has tried, don't get me wrong, but it's just the beginnings of things, you know, the strictness could have been there, you know, but I think this is why when you have a child, maybe it's wise to not feed them fast food so often, you know, maybe feed them a fast food meal maybe once a month, I don't know. I think for me, you know, when I was growing up, having a fast food meal, that was a treat probably like once every couple of months. So therefore, that helped. If you're giving a child more than once a week, that is problematic because they're definitely going to end up favoring that food more than the healthier stuff, because that food that you're giving them has things inside them that makes you want more.
Right. The kids that come to camp will all lose weight, which is due to the calorie controlled diet and the amount of exercise we do each day, but they have to still really push themselves to get the most out of the programme.
It's really important for them to see their progress, and also it shows that the hard work they're putting in their sessions is paying off.
But Lana has only lost 1 pound.
We're really concerned with Lana's weight loss this week. We did expect her to lose quite a bit more than what she did. At the moment, we're not entirely sure the reasons why she didn't lose as much, but it could be down to her not pushing herself enough during the physical activity session.
She's hiding food, man. This girl right here, the girl that was eating raw sausage and that, she's hiding food, man. It's hard to not laugh. Like, yo, she's hiding food. Now, I wouldn't be clueless. I'll be, listen, before bedtime, I'm going in the room checking what's there. I'll be checking her clothes and everything. You don't know what she's got, what tricks she's got underneath her sleeve, clearly. Like,
For many of our parents, they have weight problems themselves, and what they're trying to do is not let their child go down the journey that they've been on.
At home, Lana and her sister Alicia have a lot of responsibility.
As young carers at home, we cook, clean,
help my mum in the shower, help her out, help clean her, and do the washing up. Ready?
There you go. There you go. They actually help clean their mum. There you go.
Very blessed.
Young carers at that age.
Not only liked cooking, but wanted to learn how to cook.
When she was really young, she was outgoing, she was bubbly, you know, then it started turning. She shut herself off from everything.
Because of Lana's
But then again, though, I could be wrong to assume why they have to obviously care for the mum. It could be down to other things. So let me not be so, you know, narrow-minded.
Amber Pippa intervenes.
Would you like to set some goals together? So maybe, you know, the MC, I think. Do you know what your best score is? So I never asked. You never asked. I think it's around the 40 minutes. We could try and do around the 30. Could try and aim for the continuous weight loss, so maybe at least 3 pounds. Because what did you set your goal weight as?
I don't know.
We can like set like real goals in that, and then, you know, then you can see if you do accomplish them, and then that will really build up your confidence.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah. Cool.
That girl has no plans to lose weight.
Achieve it. Given her weight, she'll have been set many goals and targets before.
That face, listen, I work with children. I'm gonna tell you this now. That's the face of a child who's, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you're saying, yeah, no, I mean, she has no intentions to follow the plan. She's just like, yeah. I'll keep agreeing with you, but I got a stash here, there, and everywhere. In fact, I've got someone bringing them in for me. Damn. That's just, I'm just saying.
She'll only ever viewed as she's failed on.
It'll be fun. It's a new experience. You're challenging yourself here on camp, and that's another challenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope I'm wrong.
Over
I want to
in
be
the boys'
wrong.
dorm, the weigh-in has revealed dramatic results for 15-year-old Adam. He came to camp weighing 20 stone, and in just 1 week he's lost over half a stone. He may be the biggest loser among the boys, but he's not happy.
I've told them over 10 times that I've wanted to go back this past week, but every time I bring it up, they just say, well, management's getting onto it.
He's so determined to go that he's already packed his bags.
Hello, is that Adam? He's lost quite a bit of weight.
My man, he's not wasting no time. I want to pack the bags. I can leave now. Okay.
From monitoring. So what's your sort of thinking behind him staying or going?
I want to stay. I want to stay for the camp.
Right, okay. So you're happy for us to just try and keep him on site and just encourage him to get involved in sessions? Yeah. Right. Cheers. Bye.
That's good. You can't let him have his own way. You can't let him have his way.
The fact that he's found out he has lost some weight, that it'll give him that motivation to continue and stay here.
I do think Adam enjoys this. He has just been homesick. He needs to get as much out of this as he can. We're trying to also get across that he needs the right mentality for life. We do think that if he did see the process through, his life will change, hopefully, by a great deal, but even slight changes is a very big step for these guys.
I understand it's hard for him, but nobody's going to solve your problems but you.
Wow, man. His mum looks like him a lot, man.
Society. And I think that's a lot of his
spitting image.
I wake up at like 8 o'clock at night and then sort of awake all night.
Where he wakes me up between 3 and 4 every morning through screaming at his PlayStation. In fact, I don't see him. He comes out of his bedroom maybe once a day to collect his takeaway. And that's about it.
I was about 10 when I started going on weight. I eat just because I get bored a lot, just sitting, doing nothing.
When he was 2 years old, if I wouldn't buy him sweets, he used to grab
see the size of this baby though?
And kick hell out of me.
You see the size of this? Hey.
And Coke. He drinks gallons of the stuff, up to 6 litres.
He was a big boy, you know. I gotta go back to that. Hey.
Because I get bored a lot, just sitting, doing nothing.
Look at him. Boy, man's got the double chin, isn't it? Oh, I mean, baby do have that, but it is a big baby, you know. Hey.
He was 2 years old. If I wouldn't buy him sweets, he used to grab me by the hair and drag me down on the floor and kick hell out of me. Adam's life revolves around pizza takeaways every day and Coke. He drinks gallons of the stuff, up to 6 litres a day. So when it does, I don't know how I'll deal with it, but yeah, he's going to die through obesity.
That kid's upset, man. I mean, it seems as if he hasn't got a father in his life as well. So missing that father figure is obviously something that's affecting him, man. Honestly, it's sad to see him like that. Really sad.
And Adam is missing.
He's disappeared. We don't know where he's gone. He was there for breakfast and for lunch, and then he disappeared.
Man's escaped. He's done a prison break. Fat camp break.
3 campers running away each year.
If you were a child, where would you go?
Oh, there are people that have run away each year.
The campsite, they're usually just wandering around the fields or they've gone back to the dorms.
I just want to say, start off, I don't want you to be alarmed or worried, but we've just done a count with the campers and Adam isn't currently in the session. He would only be missing 20 minutes, so he can't have got too far. As his mother, do you think he's the sort of person that would have gone? Okay then, so we do think that there is a potential he may have left the site. So we need to be how later.
I mean, man packed his bags. Remember, he packed his bags.
Bring it home that you are really doing a serious job here and you're working with kids, vulnerable kids, and you are responsible for them.
What are you on about then?
I don't think they will.
They've had to drive off site.
We're on our way back to camp now.
After an hour of searching, Adam is located back at home.
Saw him pull up in a taxi and my first reaction was relief that he was safe. But then obviously I did what mummies do and gave him what for walking out.
It's not a pleasant place to be when you're getting babied all the time and so that's why I thought of it as like a prison. I'd say it's for
man looked at man jumped in the taxi then arrives home and what happened? Mum. Pay the taxi man. Yo, this kid is mad. This kid is moving mad. Sorry, this kid is something else. Is this how he's gonna do? Okay. They know he wasn't joking now with those bags, man. Honestly, he found a way. Hey, cabman, come. How he got past the entrance and the gate as well to go and get the taxi is crazy. Wow. His mum should have been like, no, turn around. I'm going to give you money for him to take him back. That's what she should have done. But boy.
Something has to click in his brain. It's down to him, nobody else. He's got all the knowledge. He's just not.
She's not wrong.
To use it.
She's not wrong. He has to click in his brain. I understand that.
We've had, we couldn't get through to. They're either too far gone or they need a lot more help than we can offer in 5 weeks. And that does frustrate you sometimes.
Yeah, he's a whole different case.
To return to camp.
There's an obesity epidemic in this country. It's through people chucking crap at their kids because it's cheap.
You know the people who watch this will blame the parents. What do you say to them?
Well, when I look at, I've done it myself. I've looked at other overweight children and thought, what is that mother doing? Why is she not doing something about it?
It's easy to judge. It's not as though I haven't tried everything.
And now I know just how difficult it is.
I wish I could have a magic wand and, help her. But at the end of the day, Lana's got to meet me halfway.
I'm lost. Where Adam's concerned, I'm lost.
I mean, to be fair with Lana now, the thing is, you understand something? Lana is 14, 20 pounds, 20 stone. But on top of that, she also has to care for her mum. And her mum wanted to meet her halfway. I don't know what it's like to have that pressure of having to look after your mum, but I've had friends in the past that have had to look after their parents, or they've had to look after their mum, you know what I mean? And because of that, and listen, honestly, each person that I've known that's had to look after, that's been a carer, has been overweight, that I've known personally, you know? And they've only been able to lose the weight once they've actually stopped caring, because it's having this responsibility of looking after your health and also the responsibility of also looking after your parent. It's not an easy thing from the experiences that I've heard of from people around me personally. So to be honest with you, for her mum to say she's got to meet me halfway, sadly, it's not as simple as that. It's really not as simple as that. And realistically, like I said before, this journey started from the beginning. Now, obviously, with Lana, we know she was kind of savvy with it. Raw flipping sausages. That's crazy. But again, there's diets that should have been put in place by these parents from the get-go. They were clearly feeding their kids processed food way too much in the week. You know, if they'd been giving them more cooked food in the week rather than processed food, it would have been better. Again, for myself, processed food wasn't something that I had often. Processed food was something that I had maybe every couple of weeks, you know what I mean? But obviously, takeaways was something that I had every couple of months, you know? But generally, everything that I had was cooked fresh, which is why obviously having certain things was a treat, you know? But again, this comes into play, so I can understand them saying that they don't want to take, it's not fair for people to put the blame onto them, but at the same time, it's like, if I look at my life, how my food went down, it was structured in a good way. And then obviously, if I look at people that have been in situations like Lana, who've had to care, I've seen what it's like, and I've seen they've only been able to get out to actually focus on themselves when they haven't got the responsibility of caring for someone anymore. But it is a thing, and obviously, you know, it's all going to differ depending on your situation and whatnot. But hey ho, let's continue. Actually, no. But other things as well was that there's one thing that I would take away from the parents is school meals. Today, to be fair, the last couple of weeks I've been at work now, and I look at the school meals that they have. And today, one of the kids, you know, so when they cook pizzas, for example, in schools, or the school I'm at, they would get like a burger bun and then put tomato on it and then put some cheese on it. Today, half the kids didn't even want to eat it because the tomato and the cheese on top of this bun was so greasy that one kid even took off the tomato off it and the cheese off it and still couldn't eat because it was just like greasy, you know? Again, school meals as well are not always the best as well. Obviously, I'm not going to say about all schools, but obviously, schools in certain areas, boy, I would suggest you give your child some packed lunch. But then on the flip side, I've seen kids come with packed lunch. And some of the things they have at packed lunch is disgusting. I saw one girl coming with little mini sausage rolls, 16 mini sausage rolls. I guess in Canada they call it pigs in the blanket. I don't know. But anyway, let's go.
Don't know what to do.
Life is harder for bigger people in Dolph.
It's the end of week 2. Katie is taking part in a session about body image led by staff member Nicola.
So we've got all the girls together, think good, feel good. And these sessions are devised to talk about self-esteem and body confidence. 2 things that everyone growing up, everyone as adults struggles with.
I'm a 15-year-old obese girl. It's not even funny, I don't know why I'm laughing.
It is quite funny.
Think good, feel good is about talking, it's about sharing, it's about attitudinal change in order that they then start to think differently and feel differently.
And sometimes when we get bullies will say something to us, and we've got our friends saying complete opposite things, we're saying lovely things about us. Do we sometimes end up actually just going home and thinking about the mean things someone said about us?
Always.
A lot of people came in, their identity was I am fat. And that was so sad to see. They need to change their attitudes, believe in themselves and build up their confidence. And that is actually much harder than just losing weight.
It is.
At home, Katie's parents have tried to help her lose weight, but so far nothing has worked.
They tried like looking away all the food. Like I was really angry, and they drove me to school so I couldn't get anything on the way to school. Took all my money away, but I just found ways around it, like just borrowing money from my friends and stuff.
It made life at home really, really hard.
Obviously, she wants
teenage years, you know.
But it's sort of sacrificing our like relationship together.
Imagine the amount of driven power you have to rebel as a teenager. You use it in such a negative way, but you know, if you use it in a positive way, the things we could achieve as teenagers will be crazy. Like some of us could come out of it like successful already before we even start college and stuff, you know what I mean, or university, you know. But hey ho.
A one-to-one session to discuss some of the issues she's had with her mum.
I don't even understand myself. I don't like it if she praises me for doing exercise, but then if she doesn't notice, then that makes me really upset. And then I hate it when she like mentions weight or anything. I feel as though, I said this, I feel as though if I lived on my own, I'd be able to do a lot better. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just don't like the topic at all. Like,
You don't
Just
like
try
to
to
discuss
avoid
stuff.
it,
Well,
yeah.
it sounds like it might actually be maybe a self-esteem thing, because if she's to praise you, it means that, you know, it's drawing attention to what you've done. And sometimes then you feel pressured, like, well, now I feel like I need to do it more, or you've pointed out that I wasn't doing it before. There's so many things that suddenly start to go around in your head. A lot of our campers do
Makes
have
sense.
really low self-esteem, and that's why we need to pay as much attention to it as possible to try to help them to learn these different ways so that when they go home, they can continue those positive thinking skills.
Thank you.
At camp, all meals are portion controlled and calories allocated according to a camper's age, height and weight.
It's not counting calories, but it's a way of helping them understand portions, understand meals, understand snacking, so that they're more equipped when they return home.
Some of the menu choices may seem surprising.
On a Sunday, we have a Sunday roast. It's pizza. It's jack potato sandwiches, lasagna.
They give us like pizza. Why would you give us like dough? Dough's not good for you, do you know what I mean?
As I walked in, I thought, God, I hope I don't have to eat rabbit food.
It'd be unrealistic for them to go home and live off salad.
What we're trying to do is work with those children so they lose weight at a very prescribed rate. We're not driven by the latest diet trend. We're driven by what the evidence gives us best results. Complex carbohydrates in a range of foods are critical. We also know that we want to reduce the fat content and we want to maintain a good protein content. So that is it.
Halfway through camp, and the kids are about to make plans for lunch at a very unexpected venue.
So, you know, you go in McDonald's on Wednesday at the trip. So today's session's based on you planning out what you're allowed, based on calories.
Anytime I've ever told a friend to go to McDonald's, like, what on earth? Like, how do you do that? But the point of camp is it's teaching them a realistic, healthy lifestyle. We can't say, never have fast food again. That's not realistic. They will carry on these behaviours.
Amy, guess what? Guess what? What? There is more sugar in a mayo chicken than in a fruit shoot.
Right! 3.2 grams of sugar in a salad! So instead of saying, no, don't do it, we'll teach them about the calories within the food, how to have a meal within their
See, I
calorie
like
balance.
this. I like this, man, because this is what I always say, you know. As human beings, you know, from the moment that we're children to teenage to adults, right? We always want to be empowered. We always want to be in charge of our choices. We never ever want to be told what to do. No one wants that. So if you give someone an option, they're gonna more or less choose the option that is right for them rather than one that's wrong for them. So in this specific matter itself, in general, here, the fact that they open them up to the fact that you can eat all the foods that you want, but restrict yourself in certain elements, is amazing, because it means that they're no longer in a position where they feel like they're told that they cannot have this, but they're told that they can, but just think about how much you're going to have. So therefore, it means that they are in charge of what they're going to put inside their body, and they don't have to do it because they've been told to do it. They're going to do it because they now know the benefits of doing it. So therefore, it becomes a choice. So this is brilliant stuff. This is brilliant, man. Awesome stuff.
Basically, you can pick anything you want within your calorie map. I'd suggest possibly not going for fries because they don't fill you up that long. Drinks-wise, I'd stick with 0 drinks or water. Those liquid calories aren't just going to be wasted, so I try and get as much of your calories from food as possible.
17-year-old Jordan weighs 18 stone, and he's allowed 800 calories for his lunch.
I wouldn't think you would go to like a fast food shop and actually get food when you're like a weight loss camp, so it's rare.
It is a weird feeling, you know, taking them to an outlet like McDonald's when it's a health-based camp.
I got my berry burst iced fruit smoothie. I got that in a large, but I changed that to a medium, and that had less calories in, so I swapped that. And now I've got enough to get an ice cream, so I'm going to write an ice cream down.
See what I'm saying? Like he said that I saw the calories, but then I swapped that. You've given him the power of making sure that he knows that this is his choice. And that's the best thing you can do for anyone in any aspect, man. That's brilliant stuff. The fact that he said I. He didn't say that he didn't say that, you know, I've had to choose the smaller one because it's got the calories. He was like, listen, I saw it's got more calories, so I have now chosen to go for the one that's less calories. Brilliant stuff, man. Psychology, man. Reverse psychology.
Is it just about calories, or is it about nutritional content as well?
It's about nutritional content.
So which would be better, ice cream or fruit? Fruit. Is that your answer? Okay, well done.
I'm going to change it to fruit. I think they should be teaching this in schools because young kids out there don't have a clue what they're eating.
Now, does anyone not want McDonald's and wants the packed lunch that we provide anyway? Aaron. So it's just you, Aaron, that wants a sandwich? Okay.
Out of the boys, only Aaron has opted to have a packed lunch instead.
I think I'd like to have a treat now and then, just can't have it as a full-time thing.
Aaron is from Selby, North Yorkshire. He's 16 and weighs 20 stone.
Aaron has overeaten for years, and breaking that cycle is a battle I've had for years.
At home, I was just stuffing food in, and I was literally just eating for the sake of eating when I wasn't even hungry.
You know when he's volunteered to making a cup of tea,
You
he's gonna see
recognise
what he
this?
can get out of the fridge. Because he'll say, do you want a cup of tea, Mum? He will even take like a packet of ham, packet of corned beef, any pre-packed meats that are in the fridge.
Katie, my corned beef sticks together. Another reason why I came here was because over this last year, I've gone for 2 bed bases, a wooden one and a metal one, both broke because of my weight.
Weight has always been a major issue for Aaron's family. At 16, his sister weighed 34 stone and underwent gastric bypass surgery.
She was so poorly at the time, they had to consider turning off life support after being in and out of intensive cares for a few months. He saw his sister there, all these ways and tubes.
Let me get that number one more time. That number one more time.
My weight.
Weight has always been a major issue for Aaron's family. At 16, his sister weighed 34 stone and underwent gastric bypass surgery.
She was so poorly at the time.
16 and 34 stone, man! Damn! Boy, 34 stone in pounds. What? Are you mad? Get out of here, my friend. 407.
To turning off life support after being in and out of intensive cares for a few months.
Deep.
He saw his sister there, all these wires and tubes and everything, and it just totally messed him up.
She survived, but the radical procedure didn't solve her eating disorder.
What I'm most scared about is, if I didn't come here, is that I turn out like my older sister. She went from obese to skinny to anorexic in a short time.
This summer camp is the last option. If he carries on eating like he is, it'll probably eventually kill him.
Camp could be Aaron's last chance to avoid surgery, but he's low in confidence.
When I was at school, whenever we played basketball or something, I wouldn't be past it because of my weight. I used to feel quite good, so then I could just sit out. But then I realised that it's not helping me.
Right, boys, before we start,
I like the show, man. Different angles, I mean,
Fit
different kids, different experiences.
Enough to do dodgeball, all right? I don't want you to say if you've got an injury and 10 minutes later you're fit again. If you've got an injury, it doesn't cure itself in 10 minutes, all right? Nice, pick up the line. Can we catch him? Can we catch him? Do a job for your team. Go, go, go.
Faced with the daily physical demands of camp, Aaron is taking every opportunity he can to sit things out.
Obviously, I don't want you to run out and pass out, but I think you can give it a go. Even just walking's going to be a bit better for you. Or a little jog. Be 10 times better than just sitting down, won't it? And everyone will help you out in the activity, all right? Good man. Aaron would sit out of a lot of sessions, and you were never sure 100% if he's injured or if he's faking it or what's going on or if he just can't be bothered. I feel with Aaron it was a little bit of tough love. You can give him that time, or you can sit with him one-to-one and speak with him, but he needs to know that that's not going to fly every session, every day.
It's not just the physical side of camp that Aaron is finding difficult.
I haven't made many friends here, but I made a few.
Aaron's very much alone and very much a hermit. He spends all his time in his bedroom. He's no self-esteem or self-confidence.
People like...
You don't have social skills. That's the issue at hand. But, I mean, he's made some friends, right? So he should go with it, you know? Not neglect the ones he has made.
Give me disgusted looks when I do actually go out. Most of the time, if someone's coming to watch me, I'll literally cross the street, put in my headphones, put my hood up and then I'd cross, and I'll just walk down the street on the opposite side.
I think when they first come here, they're very shy people. It takes the time for them to come out the shells a bit. Most of them don't think they're good enough. Most really hate themselves.
Do you want to change, sir?
I do want to change.
Staff member Adam has been given the task of trying to refocus and motivate Aaron.
There's quite a lot of stuff you can do with a bench, isn't there? Sitting, that's one good one.
I like Aaron. He's a cheeky kid. Yeah, he's definitely got a sense of humour.
You can go for like a minute. Let's go.
I can't go for a minute.
Well, try. Let's see how long you can go for. I'll time you.
I'll
right?
just kick the tree instead.
But why don't you try this and we'll see how long you can go for.
He hates walking anywhere. He just doesn't like any form of exercise whatsoever. And if you can get out
Can
and
I
doing
kick
it,
the tree instead?
all better, as far as he's concerned.
Well, see if you can go backwards.
I can barely walk straight. I can't walk backwards.
Well, then give it a go. High knees, high knees, high knees, high knees.
I can't walk backwards. Huh? I'm just going to walk backwards.
This is what I'm talking about, mate. What? It's so frustrating. I know you can do it.
I reckon he's motivated and he wants to change and he wants to get healthier.
Do you reckon you're maybe a bit too negative about what you can and can't do?
He puts himself down a lot, which is really frustrating because you know he can do all this stuff and you see him doing it and then 5 minutes later he's saying, no, I can't.
We know you can do all this stuff. So why do you keep telling yourself you can't do it?
I just don't know.
You don't know, so why don't you just do it?
I guess the main thing we're trying to change with him is getting him to think, I can do this, I've already done this, I know I can do
Deep
it,
enough.
let's go do it.
I know I have got to work towards it, it's just...
I know, but think of how you'll be when you finish, when you lose weight and you become healthier and you feel more confident and you go outside with your mates and you'll be so happy when you get there.
I'm going to take on board what Adam was saying to me.
Today, the campers are on their trip to Manchester's Trafford Centre. It's a deliberate test for the kids.
The environment we live in now is setting us up to be unhealthy. There's
Yep.
food triggers everywhere.
Oh, so nice not to have to walk.
There are so many shops within walking distance, so many food outlets. The world outside is trying to say to you, like, right, let's see if you can fail.
The lunch has been paid for by McDonald's.
To people who say you're sleeping with the enemy by taking them to McDonald's, what would you say to them?
Camp will only be successful if we can give kids the skills and strategies to deal with the outside world. The outside world is there are fast food restaurants, there are sugar-sweetened beverages, and if we don't prepare our kids for that environment, we're going to fail them.
Facts.
Unlike the other campers, Aaron chose to have a packed lunch instead of the fast food.
So you're happy you picked that over the McDonald's?
Yeah. I came here to lose weight. McDonald's just going to put it back on, so salmon's a healthy option.
Why is that? Do you just feel better for it, or?
I feel better.
Yeah? Good choice, mate.
It is, and it's nicer.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday at Trip Day is
He
sort of a
said
chance
it's
for us
nicer
to
as well.
put into practice what we've learned in the lifestyle sessions. So that's the kind of test of self-control.
It's not a happy meal for Jordan.
We've got no sugar, got no water, got no Sprite, got no salad.
I think he felt like he was missing a food item, but I cross-checked my Excel spreadsheet, cross-checked the food order at McDonald's, and he had it in front of him.
Have you got any more milk? I might need one more sugar. Yeah. No, one more milk.
Jordan, what are you doing?
Some more milk.
You've had the milk in your tea.
I haven't.
Is that the same as everybody else? You don't want to take it like that. You've got milk in your tea.
Black
Jordan,
tea.
will you pass the milk back to me, please?
Why?
Because you've got to have milk in your tea.
Look,
Now it's being,
drink that.
now it's being greedy, Jordan.
How am I being greedy? Got 2 bits of milk. We do drink that. We do drink that tea. We do
I don't drink tea, so no.
That's it then. That's it. Don't talk to me, please. Don't talk to me. Fucking hate you. Fucking shit. They're ridiculous. They don't have a clue. I'm telling you, they don't have a clue.
Jordan wanted more milk in his tea, also wanted more sugar within his tea as well, which obviously is not something that he's allowed because it would take in above 800 calories that we allowed him to have for his lunch.
She's so rude. How can she call me greedy? She's really rude.
I've reflected a lot on that situation and perhaps maybe how I could have dealt with it better, but I still stand very strongly with my decision, and some people may think it's pathetic that all he wanted was an extra sachet of milk, but for me it was really important that he learns to have discipline and self-control.
I'm going to go with the chips and a burger.
I don't feel guilty at all.
She's not lying.
They gave us like a certain amount of calories, and like they obviously do this every year, and it hasn't made a difference. Because I have such an addictive personality, I think after here I'm going to have to try and like completely avoid all the like bad foods because I think I can easily like fall back into like my usual routine.
It's going to be difficult. The fact that they've had all this control, they've had all of us encouraging them to do the right thing, and now need to do that for themselves.
After lunch, the campers can spend £10 of their own pocket money. It's another deliberate temptation.
Sometimes we have a binge day. I bought a pot of Pringles, a pack of cookies, and 2 sausage rolls, but I'm sharing them with someone else, so I don't know, yeah. I feel as though, like, because I haven't had, like, one of those days in a while, and it's, like, about having one of those days and then, like, getting back on track, because I don't think you can completely
Loophole.
avoid, like, those foods.
She's looking for that loophole, though. Okay, dearie.
I just feel really guilty now. I feel like, I don't know, I'm really guilty. I don't think I'm going to eat it.
Do we literally go return it?
Like, I don't think you can return food. I don't have a receipt. I'm going to go ask the security man. Come with me.
Katie decides to return everything.
I've never really felt like that before. Usually I'm just like, whatever, but I felt so guilty then.
With Katie's £10 that she was allowed to spend, she made some poor food choices. After doing that, she had a chance to self-reflect, and the healthy decision was the one she made.
Good on her, man. Good on her.
Tonight there's a disco, a chance for the girls and the boys to socialise with each other.
I don't know any other time we've really like been able to talk to them
Disco thief.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
damn, man.
Trust us. I think we're going to get pregnant.
We're at fat camp. There's not going to be any good-looking boys.
Wow. We're a fat cup, so there's not going to be any good-looking boy. That is savage, man. Come on, chill. Allow it. Allow it.
You said that. We're big too, so...
Yeah, but still, everyone says it. Well, back home, I know a few boys did like me, but I didn't really take interest in it because I didn't believe it.
Boys don't look at fat girls, they just think that's mean, don't they?
If you're really, really big, I wouldn't go nowhere near you.
I think getting a boyfriend is a lot harder when you're heavier because everyone is so judgmental of each other.
If you're going to have a boyfriend, you want one that's going to like you no matter what. If it's based on looks for your friendship, then there's no point.
Like, I'm not really bothered because I've got like GCSEs coming up and things, like, but it would be nice to like, I don't know, be liked.
For the staff, the disco means being extra vigilant.
We have something called Snog Watch. So we do actually, the staff are very much on top of, seeing what's going on.
We're on Snog Alert tonight. There's a lot of little young romances going on, so we're keeping our eye out for that.
Holding hands, absolutely fine. A hug, absolutely fine. When it starts to progress, that's where you start to think, hang on, we'll just got to keep an extra eye on you there.
And we do know a few girls have a few crushes on some of the boys, but we're not too sure who that is, so keeping an eye out.
It's actually quite funny, particularly the younger ones. In a relationship for about 2 days and it's over. If at that's like, oh my God, I was in such a long-term relationship, we were together all week.
So, how's the disco? The disco was rubbish. It was very boring.
We talked to like a couple of the boys, but as friends, but like, yeah, it was quite boring. It wasn't like a usual party, I don't know.
Why?
I would say why, because there's no alcohol. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, any disco without alcohol is not a good disco.
I've never known a disco of alcohol, but it clearly means when they're in school, they're sneaking in that alcohol.
Seriously.
Sit-ups, girls, come on. And up you go, girls. As many as you can. It's the last time. Sit-ups. Keep going, sweat through it. Well done.
But socially, she's still feeling isolated, and she's fallen out with her roommate.
Sometimes room pairings don't work. It is all potluck, and sometimes there is a clash of personalities. At the moment, Lana isn't getting on with Salem, so we're going to move another camper, Destiny, into the room.
My first impression of Destiny is that she's a complete opposite of me. She's a girly girl. She had loads of makeup. Like, you looked at my side, it's like, oh, there's nothing there. You look at hers, it's just like, full.
When I first started packing, I just put my shoes in, and then I thought, I've got like 5 pairs of shoes already, but it's fine. I need lots of stuff. And I've brought enough for about 3 years. There's too much. I shouldn't have brought all I brought. Didn't need it, but oh well, it's done.
Destiny from Swinton in South Yorkshire is 14 and weighs 13 stone. This will be her 3rd time at camp.
You used to eat a lot of junk. You wasn't educated on food. You were quite chubby there, weren't you?
Quite. That's being nice. In year 7, I got bullied ridiculously. I've been called all sorts. I'm obese, I'm a pig, I'm disgusting, I'm vile. And I just used to go home and cry. And my mum would ask what were wrong, and I'd say, no, it don't matter.
Yeah, but you've come a long way since then, Dest.
No, but the reason I'm going back for a 3rd time is I think I could do with a boost to help me get along with journey. And I need to come to end now, I think.
Previous camps have helped her lose 2 stone and boosted her confidence and self-worth.
When I went to camp, I was 12, and I were 14 or 15 stone, and I were big. I were a size 18, and at 12 years old, I don't think that's appropriate at all.
2 years ago, she was half the person she is. She didn't have any confidence. She used to stay in her room. She was quite depressed for a young girl. Her schoolwork wasn't fantastic. This time she's won English Star of the Year this year, so that's all down to her confidence as well, I think.
It says Diva Destiny because obviously I were a diva. I were loud and in your face, pretty much. If you didn't want to be friends with me, you had no choice. You had to, because I'm Destiny.
I think she's been the most lowest weight.
Someone called Destiny. Yeah. 15.
Sometimes the right room pairing can have more of a positive impact than we can. Hopefully having Lana in a room with Destiny can really help Lana come out of her shell.
It's karaoke night. Woo! So, just got to pick something to wear now. Last year, everyone dressed up and wore skirts and stuff.
I was going to sing, but then I was like, no.
Oh, sing? Go on, have a sing.
I didn't know the lyrics to the song I was going to sing. Like, I knew a bit of it, but not all of it. And if I got like the songs wrong, I'd be like, And I was scared what other people would think and say.
Don't, honestly, never ever worry about what other people have to think about you. Just think about them, because end of the day, what does it matter what other people think? It's you should be trying to please, not anyone else. Lana used to put herself down so quickly, like she'd make a good thing a bad thing. No one's going to judge you, because everyone's the same. Like me, I wear what I want. Like, literally.
Why don't sing in the karaoke?
I wear something like this a few months ago.
She's not that.
Yeah,
she's not that big though, is she? That Destiny girl.
Why?
I mean, like
Because
she's 13 stone, but I'm saying because of her
no
height and whatnot,
like
it kind of
no
weighs out a little bit.
Everyone here is like the same.
We're all family.
Yes.
It's like when I was trying to talk to her about changing who she is, she thought it was so hard and she couldn't get into it that you can change. She just thought she was stuck like that forever. You don't believe in yourself enough. You need that bit of like confidence and motivation.
It's the final week and the last 2-mile challenge.
Run for the Nando's! That'll do.
Over the 5 weeks they've been here, Katie and Lana have struggled with the demands of the weekly run.
Come on, you can go quicker than that. Come on.
It's definitely one of those eye-opening shows, you know.
I was thinking, this is it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm going to die.
Come on, Lana, keep going. Don't you dare walk on me.
Katie is off to a determined start, but she will have to work hard to beat her best time of 36 minutes.
Really out of breath. My search has gone, touch wood. I think I beat my time, I hope.
I think Katie has the ability to lose that weight, you know.
Problems when you're young, because all my friends are like really thin, and nobody in my year is like the weight I am. They think I'd be a lot happier and a lot like healthier if I lost weight.
What did you get?
Katie smashed her best time by 6 minutes.
I am quite tired, but I feel like more like positive. Because obviously like the hormones release and stuff, endorphins. Keep pushing, just run to me.
Pippa set
Yeah, I mean, I can
Lana
definitely see Katie, you know. I feel like Katie is just trying to get her to be at that consistent level, you know, because I feel like she's got the energy, you know what I mean? She's got the personality, especially that addictiveness, to really get to that goal, you know what I mean? And I really hope she does, you know? I mean, I don't know if there's a follow-up to this, probably isn't, but yeah, I can see that girl really going far with herself, you know what I mean? Becoming one of those kind of like health freaks, as we call them, even though we're not, but whatever. Everything has to have a label. But with this young lady here, and specifically, man, honestly, I really hope the best for her, because again, she's still got to go home after this, and she still has to look after her mother.
I'll challenge.
It's not going to be easy for her.
You're doing so well. So well, you're going to thrash it at this, right?
Pippa's encouragement and helping the 2MC, the last one, I don't think I would have run it without her help.
Come on, Lana. Just think of what an amazing achievement it's going to be. So proud of you. All downhill now. Yeah, let the gravity take you.
Lana can do it. It's just that confidence, isn't it? There you go.
Although I was pushing her really hard, I knew she could accomplish it if she really pushed herself.
That's amazing.
This was my choice, and I'm trying to make a difference with myself. I'm in charge of my own willpower.
Brilliant stuff, you know. I like to hear that stuff. My choice, you know. I'm in charge of my own willpower. Brilliant stuff, you know. That's the attitude that she needs to have. And you know, I just worry for her because obviously when she gets home, she's gonna go home with a new mentality. But the question is that when she's making meals, is everyone else gonna want to eat the healthy meals that she's eating though? Because if sister and mother's like, no, we don't want that, cause of relapse. She's got to feel like everyone else wants to be doing healthy with her, not just her being healthy by herself, while everyone else is, you know what I mean? Because she obviously has to cook for her mum, along with her sister helping her, and it's just one of those things. I'm interested. I do wonder though if her sister went there with her, because it doesn't make sense for her sister to not go there with her, because her sister was also someone that was overweight. But okay,
As
that hasn't been
camp draws to a
documented.
close, it's not just Lana and Katie who have found new motivation. Instead of sitting out, Aaron is taking part too.
Go on, Aaron, mate. Go on, Aaron.
I've only got several days left, so I might as well make it worth it.
He stepped it up a bit this week, and yeah, he didn't give up once, and he scored right through it. So really proud. You know, he's seeing himself. Like,
I guess the kid that took the taxi home never came back.
Mind shift, really, behaviour change in such a short space of time.
When I came here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't want to. No, most of my group are my friends.
I think Aaron, he likes his own solitude sometimes, and I don't think there's anything wrong with him spending his time to himself sometimes, because he does come out and he does speak to the others when he feels like.
What's it with my hair?
Aaron does need this. He needs this knowledge, and he needs to, you know, make the change now. But he understands that, which is great, and it's half the battle.
I just realised what you were doing. When I came here, I didn't feel like my own person. These last 2 weeks have been important. They put up my self-confidence, and at least I'm trying to change.
But to be fair, it doesn't help that he hasn't got 5 weeks new glasses. Glasses are all taped up and everything, man. Honestly, I can't imagine how that affects someone's confidence walking out your house every day with glasses that are taped up because, you know, your mum has or your dad hasn't got your new ones for whatever reason that could be, you know? Because I know they're not cheap.
Completed, and camp is coming to an end. For all the kids, there's a final weigh-in.
Yeah, well done.
Katie managed to beat the target she set for herself.
I've lost a stone and a pound, which is really good. Like, I was aiming for over a stone, so I
5 weeks
achieved
as
my
well,
goal,
you know?
which is really nice.
Come on over, Lana.
Lana had never set any goals for herself until Pippa set her a target of losing 3 pounds each week.
Okay, and then we'll just do your waist circumference if you want to step off for me.
In the last week alone, Lana has lost 5 pounds, just under a stone in total.
Before, I didn't go out the house as much, and probably after camp, because I think I've got more confident.
You should be really happy with that. That's really good in 5 weeks of camp. So well done.
That is good.
Aaron is worried that unless he loses weight, he could end up needing bypass surgery like his sister.
There it is.
124.1.
In the last 2 weeks, Aaron has lost 6 pounds.
He's lost 3 kilograms in 2 weeks. So that's about 6 or 7 pounds. Yeah.
6.6 to be exact.
To be exact, yeah, well done. Yeah. So that's healthy weight loss.
Quick with the maths.
You don't want to be losing much more than that.
My waist circumference has gone down as well. Not that much.
He certainly has come out of his shell a bit. He's, you know, there's a big difference between the way he was with other kids when he got here and the way he is now.
The camp's talent show is a final test of the kids' confidence.
When we position talent shows, it's thought through, because we know that it takes them that amount of time before they start to reach that point where they're going to get on stage. We know that they're starting to feel more confident and expressive, and that gives them an opportunity to do it.
My skin colour's actually pretty dark. When I did my makeup in the morning, she'd like look at me and she'd like, you look so pretty. And I'm like, makeup's not everything, it don't make you look pretty, it's just an extra bit. Now like one day I'll do yours, and then I thought about it and I thought, what if I do it tonight? I bet it'll give her a confidence boost. So I said, right, if you sing, I'll do your makeup. She's like, oh, do I sing, do I not? She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, you are. I'll put a bit of that on. Your lips and then you're done.
You were laughing all the time, mate.
Even the more confident campers struggle with being centre stage.
Fuck, I'm literally shitting myself. My mum's all about me singing in front of an audience, like, Katie, yeah, you've got to do all these things. Sing, sing. If I could sing, I would stand up and sing to everyone. I'm like, no, you wouldn't.
No one who truly cares.
I don't know, I don't think I'm that good at all.
Anxiety alert.
I go out by myself and I look across the water. Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. Before, I feel really nervous, and then when I'm performing, I feel like really confident. I guess I learned that I can be strong. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Oh, Valerie, why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Amy Winehouse, R.I.P.
One of my favourite things about camp is actually seeing the difference in their confidence. For me, it's seeing them when, you know, they feel better about themselves, them actually get up on stage at the talent show and singing in front of all the campers, which you would have never done before.
Oh, what is it? Sorry. So Lana's sister is there, my bad.
Your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up.
When Lana sang, I thought she was very brave of herself because she's showing like what she can do. She don't care what people thought about.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. I'm hoping when I'm old enough, I want to audition for X Factor. I absolutely love it. You shoot me down, but I won't fall.
Listen, Lana breaks my heart, man. She breaks my heart. Honestly, I feel so much. I feel for this girl so much. The obstacles that she's got ahead of her is just not fair for her, you know. Honestly, I just think because I personally know, you know, people that have had to care for their parents, you know what, specifically their mothers, due to whatever illnesses their mothers have been to, and just to see the repercussion it's made on their health has been, you know, it's been something else. And it's just so hard, man, to watch her knowing that I know people who've been through this. So that's why I just feel for her so much, because after this is all said and done, you know, the challenge is not going to be easy for her, you know. And to be honest with you, I really hope that her mum can do more, you know, to support her, you know. None of this halfway nonsense. No. Her mum should be meeting her at least 75% of the way and letting Lana obviously, you know, take at least take that pressure away from her, you know. Give her that 25% of pressure and she takes away the rest of it, you know. Something like that, you know. Anything more than 50% would be better for her, you know, and also for her sister as well at the same time, because this is obviously Lana and her sister who also have to look after their mother, and you know, they both obviously fall into the same habit. And you know, if Lana doesn't improve, then her sister won't improve, because obviously Lana's the older one, and then it's going to affect her little sister as well. So I feel for her so bad, so bad.
And she did it, and I'm like, she's actually done it, and I'm so proud of her, knowing that she's like, that were her fear, and she'd done it.
The positive thing about karaoke is that I wasn't hiding behind people. Your little number. I'm so proud of
It's crazy though, because the whole time her hands are like this.
She did so well, and we were also proud of her.
And that obviously comes from being anxious, you know what I mean? But she did it anyway, which is fantastic, you know, honestly.
There you go. I'm happy that I got up on the stage, sang, and didn't want to puke up.
You have to remember, she started off
a relatively short period of time, and we won't see massive change in their weight, but we see massive change in how they think and how they feel and how confident they are.
She's 14.
And definitely I'm going to continue when I get home for sure.
She's 14 and 20 stone as well. That's what she started off at as well.
Since camp, Aaron started college and made more friends, but his weight remains a problem. Lana has maintained the weight she lost at camp, and she's feeling more confident at school too. Katie has lost a total of 30 pounds, and this summer she plans to trek around Vietnam with her school.
What I tell you though, I told you, Katie's got this. I told you, man, Katie's got this.
Amy's full of attitude.
Fat bitch coming through. You ginger bitch.
And Stephen's in big trouble.
I need to find that next episode, man. Yo, I need to find that next episode. What is going on? Is this, will this camp help children lose weight? Yeah, I need to find that next episode. Listen, boys and girls, man, if you enjoyed all of that, because I know I did, let me know and I can find that next episode, you know what I mean? And we can get a crack a lacking onto the next episode, because, yo, I'm invested in that one for sure. You know what I mean? So give me the feedback, please, and let me know. But most importantly, boys and girls, to me, that was it was a very interesting roller coaster, especially with the boy that took the cab home and never came back. That's some deep stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that there was results given from the show from some of these children, which is fantastic, and that's what you want to see, you know. And also, most importantly, we was able to tackle different personalities, which I think is also an amazing thing as well. But yeah, thank you. Listen, let me know. Give me your feedback, boys and girls. Okay. The only thing that I can say is, in my opinion, like I said before, to be honest with you, is that it's important to create a correct diet for your children from the second that they're born, you know, and make sure that you're cooking them food more than you are giving them processed food, you know. Yeah. So yeah. But nonetheless, boys and girls, thank you so much for your time. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. Peace.